Yes, Pretzelman 945 here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm doing an updated version of a tier list, which I have not done in a long time. Wow. Holy shit, that was a long time ago. Almost 3 years ago, exactly, I made an Attack on Titan character tier list, and since I have just finished rewatching Attack on Titan, I am going to make a new tier list because several of my opinions on characters have changed upon rewatch. Um, without further ado, let's get started. Um, I have a tier list here with 151 characters, so quite a few. Um, and uh, yep, let's just get into it. Um, Several of these are going to be background characters that I forget the name of. Um, uh, so yeah, just bear that in mind. I have a feeling I remember most of them, but this was done over the course of 2 months. I mean, so um, especially a lot of the names of scouts and other uh MPs and stuff, I will not remember. Um, like this guy, for example, I remember his face. I think he was a scout. I mean, he was a scout for sure. I'm pretty sure he was a decent character. I'm gonna throw him in C. I have no idea who either of them are. Um, Immediately starting off with the heavy hitters. So this is interesting because I hadn't really thought about where I want to place Annie on a tier list like this. Um, I I think I'm gonna stick her in A tier. Um, what to say about Annie? To be honest, like with Annie, not a lot of my opinions changed really. I like her about the same level as I did upon previous rewatches. And that is to say, I think that she is an absolutely fantastic character. Um, yeah, I don't, I don't really have much to say on her specifically because my opinions really didn't change that much. Um, Same thing with Armin, to be honest. Armin is an easy S tier. He is such a emotionally complex character with the way that he tries to define the value of people and what a good person is and finding finding the value in loyalty and committing to an ideal no matter what the cost. His entire character is just fucking brilliant. Um, I don't remember who that guy is. Mr. Browse? I think he could go in. Uh, I got a good feeling for the bell curve here. Him and the rest of Sasha's family don't have a huge role in the story, but I love his relationship with Gabby, especially in spite of the fact that Gabby is the one that killed Sasha, and the fact that he's just a really great person generally, and like also the effect that he has on Sasha's character is also nice. I mean, this guy was just one of the nobles, like total piece of shit. He can go in D tier. That guy sucks. Uh, I don't remember who any of these three dudes are. Okay, we got Bertolt. Similar to Annie, I'm gonna put him in A tier. A lot of my opinions on him are pretty much the same. Okay, had to go get my water. As I was saying, my opinions on Bertolt are primarily the same. Um, I think his whole struggle with um how do you put it? His struggle with like coming to terms with his actions um just makes him a very compelling character. I'm not going to talk as much about the ones that my opinions have really changed on as much because I don't know. I feel like the ranking kind of speaks for itself a little bit in that aspect. Um, I don't remember who that is. This guy genuinely looks like Hitler. Um, I don't know. He's kind of a forgettable Marley general. He can go in D. Uh, Carla, Carla is in so little of the story. Um, um, B or C. I think B. I think B. I think she plays too important of a story role to be in C. Um, I mean, but that story role is kind of just being Aaron's mother. Um, obviously very pivotal to him as a character, but also not really that important in the grand scheme of things. I don't remember who that is. Or this, to be honest. I don't think this is Niles' dog. I feel like he looks different. What? I feel like he's a different character. Yeah? Yeah. Niles is down here. I don't remember who that guy is. Uh, um, um, I don't remember her name, but she was like Penny's right hand woman. He was fine. Not a very memorable character to me. Okay. One I can actually talk about a bit more. Holt. So Holt for me, think he's okay, but also like he's not a character with a lot of major screen time. I want to say C for him. Uh, uh, Hani, again, not another one where my opinion didn't really change that much. I still think he's a fantastic character. I think that like all of his developments with like coming to terms with his mother's death and like knowing what is in his ability to do and how he can learn to save people was very well done to me. Um and Surprisingly, I never found him to be like an annoying piece of shit the entire time. Despite the fact that there were definitely moments where that had the potential of happening, and so I think that's a very, very good job done with Connie's character. I don't remember who that is. I believe this is Gaz. Gaz is interesting. I believe this is Daz. Daz is primarily interesting because of what happens in that very tragic episode called Crater, where they try to confront the Jaegerists peacefully, but it all goes wrong. Assuming I'm right about this being Daz, I'm going to put Daz or Samuel, whichever one the parrot is. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Um, okay, that's not Mikkel. I have no idea who that is. I believe, uh, yes, this is, uh, Dallas Zachary. So, I'm going to put him in B tier once again. Another character, where my opinions have not really changed that much. Um, but Um, I do think that his presence in the story is cool for what it is. I think that he provides a really interesting perspective on the military, and his death in season 4 really feels like the absolute turning point for everything changing. Like, obviously, it already changed a lot at the end of season 3, but like, within season 4, his death really felt like the major edge horizon point for the story. And I think it's interesting that like one character's death can do that kind of thing. And I think that his was a well done example of that. Ness, I remember this guy. He was a nice scout. He goes in B tier. I don't remember who that guy is. Demo Reeves, I mean, he's kind of a piece of crap in season 1 with his horse carriage and whatnot, but that's very brief, and he more than redeems himself in um season 3, uh, and he ends up getting killed for it. So he's a good dude. He goes in B tier as well. Um, Dinah I think deserves a B here as well. Obviously, piece of shit mother to Zeke, but her connection as the smiling titan and that like connection in the plot is the only reason that she's in B tier because it honestly raises her plot relevance up by a lot. I don't remember who that is. I believe this is Sanis. I think Sanis. I'm going to put in A here. I think that his whole connection with the beginning of season 3, his connection with the cult of the walls and um like that connection along with his relationship to Kenny, his ideals about loyalty and how far he goes to sacrifice those. I think that for a character with so little screen time, he is done fantastically. Okay, now finally another character who my opinions have gone up on quite a bit. That is Pixis. Pixis before I thought was a pretty good character. Now I think he's fantastic because like I completely forgot how many fucking moments he was just an absolute me. He has got to be besides like Erwin or other high level scouts like Levi or Hanji, like he's got to be the most clutch motherfucker in the entire alien military, definitely within the garrison or the MP. This guy is like an absolute clutch man at so many different opportunities, and he just has an awesome personality. I love Pixis. Um, okay. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure that he is a member of Quad Levi. Uh, I want to remember their names because I have quite a few things to say on them. Eld, Petra, Oluo, and Gunther. That's right. So this is Eld. Um, I'm putting all of these Squad Levi members in A tier. I'm going to give him the same reasoning as I will give the other ones whenever we get them on this tier list. Um, I have a much bigger appreciation for all of these characters, uh, specifically for the absolutely instrumental role that all of them play in Aaron's character development very early on. Um, I don't know who that other guy is. Um, let's see, what should I use? Process purple. And okie dokie. Let's move on. Okay, next we have Aaron Kruger. Um, uh, let's see. Hmm. I think I think I'm gonna keep him in a B tier like I remember having him last time. He obviously has a very important role in the story as the owl and like the one that passes the attack titan to Grisha. Um, and the fact that Aaron the MC is the one that he's named after. Yeah, again, like I'm trying to limit my thoughts on characters that my opinion hasn't really changed on, and he's one of them where like it's kind of the same. Erwin, on the other hand, man, like I thought he was a fantastic character, like top 10 before for sure. Now he's easily locked at like number three, only behind Reiner and Aaron for my favorite Attack on Titan characters. Um, Erwin is so goaded on like so many fucking levels. Um, I don't even know like what to talk about with Erwin. Like his entire character is fucking immaculate to me. Um, like he wasn't to say the best. He's like one of the best executed characters overall from beginning of the show to his death at the end of season three. Everything about his character is just an absolutely immaculate. Um, absolutely, just love everything about his character, and I have so much more of an appreciation for everything that he did this time around. Falco. Okay, Falco, my opinions have actually changed a lot. I don't remember. Maybe I put him in like B tier last night, and I was straight balling when it came to that because Falco's actually a really good character. Um, I hesitate to put him in A. I don't think he's quite that level, but I definitely do think he has his annoying moments, but that's because he is kind of a little kid, and I think that everything that happens, like, sort of once he gets on parody, and him like taking responsibility with the Jaw Titan and being insanely clutch with the flying ability in the final chapters in the final fight against Aaron. He was insanely clutch there. So I mean, I gotta give respect where it's due. He put in the work, and I do genuinely think he's quite a solid character. Um, Faye, I'm gonna put in C. Uh, yes, she is important to the story, but is not on screen for very long, so there's not that much to talk about with her. Um, I don't remember who this guy is. Demo Reeves. Wait, did I get him mixed up? I hope I didn't say his dad was named Demo Reeves, because I don't think that's right. I think this guy is named Demo Reeves, but I could be getting their names mixed up. Jesus. Anyway, um, the Reeves' son is a great character because of what he does to help save the Scout's reputation and his uh, convergence into a Jaegerist, even though he only appears in a brief few scenes. His appearance in the Jaegerist protests, I felt like, was a really nice detail because it perfectly reflects his change in attitude. The question is, do I put him in A tier? I'm gonna say no on that, but he's like a high D, I'd say, along with Falco. And we need to make it a new tier. Um, and you know, I look, okay. I really fucking cried. I really fucking tried. I really tried to like Flock on this rewatch, but I can't do it. I can't do it. Flock is still a complete worthless piece of shit, and I hate his guts. He is a terrible character. Like, he's such a whiny brat in season three, and like he just ends up literally accomplishing negative progress toward the plot by only slowing down every other character, and his constant like reaching and yapping about the Jaegerish shit. Like, okay, bro, we get the deal, but like he just kept on yapping. He yapped for so many fucking scenes. It was ridiculous. I hate Flock. He's such a bad character. He's not the worst in the series, though. It's very close, but he's the second worst. We'll talk about the worst um in a little bit, but that character is probably further down this tier list. Okay. That pause, I had to look at an email for something. What character was I talking about? Was I still ranting about Flock? I think I'd finished doing that. Okay, moving on. That is not, um, that's not Marco, I don't think. I don't really remember who that is, to be honest. Okay, um, Frida. Um, I'm gonna put her in B tier. I like the role that she plays as Historia's sister, but again, my opinion on her didn't really change that much. Okay, King Fritz himself. Um, I'm thinking about A or B here. Hmm, um, hmm, uh, hmm, I don't know on this one. He is obviously very monumental to Ymir and that side of the story, and yet he's another character that doesn't really do a lot himself. For that reason, I am leaning toward high B for him. I don't remember who that is. Okay, Gabby. This is not the worst character in the show. If you think Gabby is the worst character in the show, then you have only watched Attack on Titan one time, um, and you don't understand how she is like a perfect parallel to young Eren in every way. Um, and because of all of those reasons, in fact, my appreciation for Gabby as a character has only gone up, so I'm placing Gabby in A tier. I remember this guy was kind of a full scouting going B tier. I don't remember him. I don't remember him. Oh boy, okay. Grisha Yeager is easy S tier material. My opinion on him has gone up a lot. He is one of the deepest and most complex characters in the entire series by far. Um, you have like his initial motivations with wanting to get revenge for his sister by like helping the restorationist cause and all that, and the way that that affected his father-son relationship with Zeke until until it all collapses in on him. He thinks he's getting executed, then he finds a new life again, and then like we see more through his memories as he is the one that like gives Aaron the attack titan and all this stuff. Um and also the founding titan for that matter. Um And so, um, because of that, you know, we see all his memories, and then we eventually learn that, like, Aaron manipulated him to do all of those actions, and seeing his emotional reaction to that, and his reaction to, like, seeing Zeke once again, everything about his character was just done absolutely masterfully. Um, and speaking of which, I believe these are both of Grisha's parents. Both of them for me are at a solid B tier because of the fact that they are significant in the story, that significant in Grisha's story, I should say. Um, and they're also very interesting foils to Grisha as a character. Um, so I like that presence in the story that they end up serving. Um, this guy sucks. Get him in D tier. Um, there, AOT. Yes. Okay. This is who I'm thinking of. You go in A tier alongside your squad mate. Uh, that's not Sean. I don't remember who this guy is. Okay. Hanji is another S tier. Hanji is another character who, my opinion, uh, has improved upon. Um, no. Um, Hanji is a very complicated character to me because um Hanji obviously starts out as the very eccentric, likable commander who is obsessed with Titans and just has this immense curiosity. And where I think Hanji's character really shines is in the latter part of the show, where she really has to bear the burden of being the commander and figuring out what the right decision is, even when that's something that is almost impossible for her to know. And I think that she embodies that role to perfection, and her sacrifice was just absolutely beautiful. Like truly worthy of a top tier member of the Scout Regiment, like she was. Um, this is the girl that died really early in Tross District. She can go and see. Hannes, my guy, he's easy A tier. I love this sort of uncle type role that he plays to Aaron, Mikasa, and Armin, and his whole arc of, like, even though it is quite short lived, his whole arc of, like, learning how to be a proper soldier again and face his fears is just great. I love Hannes. Um, I don't remember who that is. Historia is once again S tier, always been one of my favorite Attack on Titan characters, and my favorite female one, if you know what I mean. Um, to be honest, like, my opinions on Historia have not really changed all that much. All the reasons that I love Historia before are the exact same. Um, hit. Okay. Um, Hitch, 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 hitch. Yeah, I think Hitch still remains at like a high beat here. I like her friendship with Annie and like how her mind is changed by her exposure to the scouts. Um, but she also doesn't have a whole lot of role in the story beyond that, so she can stay at a B. Um, I don't believe that. Oh, I remember now. This guy is the commander from the Cross District. Um, yeah, I'd say he gets a B. He was a good character who trusted Aaron. I don't remember who either of them are. Okay, here is John. John is an S tier to me. Every time I have rewatched Attack on Titan, my opinion of John has consistently improved every time. Um, this time around, I think it was more noticeable to me how well done his struggle is, um, in terms of being portrayed as this character that might seem a bit lazy, but is in actuality a great leader when he can step up to the task. Um, and I just, yeah, I just, my appreciation for that, like, quality of his character just keeps going up every time I rewatch it. And that's why he's an S tier now. I don't remember who that is. Reiner's mom. Uh, I'm gonna say like another high B for me. Um, uh, because she is good for Reiner's development, but also doesn't play a whole lot larger role than that. Um, I'm almost tempted to put an A, but doesn't have the same screen screen presence or importance of the story, in my opinion. But still a great character in terms of her relationship with Aya. I don't remember who that is. Keith Shottis? Easy A tier. His whole role in relationship and friendship with Carissa, along with his struggles with his own purpose, especially into season 4, and the absolutely badass way he goes out with Teo Magath, um, is just amazing. Uh, I don't remember who that is. Okay, Kenny. Man, I'm really thinking about giving Kenny S tier. I'm fucking giving Kenny S tier. I don't care. Kenny has a very strong case for being the singular most entertaining character in the entire show, and certainly one of the most badass. Um, Everything about like his whole demeanor and the way that he walks and fires his guns, everything about him is awesome. And then hidden, there's a couple hidden deeper layers of like his connection to the Rice family and his um his like and how that kind of goes into a deeper layer of his character in terms of like he has this fascinating inner conflict between what he calls loyalty and what he also calls being a slave to something. And I think that his character is absolutely brilliantly done. I don't remember who that guy is. The old King Fritz, I was asleep the whole time. He can go in D tier. This guy was also hella annoying. He can go in D tier as well. Lady Azuma Bito, this is a character that I just have never found that interesting. I'll put her in C. I don't remember who that is. The original Warhammer Titan sister, I'm gonna put her in C too. Okay. I mean, Levi is obviously S tier. Like, my opinions on him are exactly the same. Levi is like the most popular character in Attack on Titan for a goddamn reason. Like, he's most people's favorites. He's like one of the most favorited characters on my anime list or something like that, I think. Um, like let me look this up actually now. Does it say hmm, I didn't know if there was a way to see how many favorites he's not. He's not, he's gone. Oh, well. Well, anyway, I mean, the AI summary gives a good idea, I suppose. I normally don't like that thing, but I think it's all right for this kind of thing. Um, so Gabby's mom, I'm like a C tier. Lobov, he doesn't really do anything. Yes, C. I don't remember who that is. I don't know this character's name, but she is semi interesting because she is the same girl who Mikasa saves in season one, from being eaten by a titan while the Reeves, heart blocks the gateway, and then she ends up becoming one of the scouts and the Jaegerists specifically. And I really like that attention to detail, so she goes in B tier. I don't remember who that is. I believe this is Marcel. Marcel is a pretty good character, but his brother is better. Um, Marco will go in A tier because he is, um, besides Sasha, I would say probably the second biggest example of definitely did not deserve what happened to him. Marlowe, I believe. Yeah, Marlowe. He gets another B tier. I like his transformation into a scout, and how that goes along with his ideals better. Um, but he's also not that significant of a character. Um, okay, this guy, low key, disappointing. And like I understand why his death was as disappointing as it was, is because like he got fucking terrified by the Beast Titan, but like still, I don't know, major oral loss, bro. Okay, probably the biggest opinion change in my uh like out of this entire list for me is Mikasa. And I still think Mikasa is a decent character, but like I don't know, worse than all these. for sure. I think about here is where I put Mikasa. Now before Mikasa was like top five characters for me. So what changed? In my opinion, I just found Mikasa to be significantly less interesting this time around. I think the only reason she's not down in C is because I thought that near the end, the like parallels with Ymir were very well done. Um, but like beyond that, like in seasons one to three and most of season four, there's not much to me that makes Mikasa a compelling character beyond her being an absolute badass and very clutch in a lot of moments. But you know, the difference between her and a character like Levi, in my opinion, is the fact that Levi, I feel like, has more character depth to back that up, whereas I feel like Mikasa didn't really have that. Mikasa's parents, I'll throw both of them in C tier. I don't remember who that is. She was not very memorable. Died in like 5 seconds at Trost. I have no idea who that is or that. This Mueller guy, he was okay, I guess. Decent enough for only being in the final chapters. Um, Moblit I think is actually a decently high B. I'd probably put him like there, just because he's a very close hand of Hanji, and I think that he's just a nice guy. Let's see. I don't really remember who you are or you, to be honest. Annie's dad, I'm gonna put in B tier. And same thing with Erwin's dad. Both these dads are important dads to even more important characters, and I think they play this role quite well. Um, I don't remember who that is. This is some random ambassador lady from the Liberio festival. Um, she was another one of the ones who led the Trost attack. I'm gonna put her next to her commander there. I have no idea who that is. Pastor Nick. I think my opinion on him is generally the same every time. I think that the way he's connected to the lore of the wall is actually really interesting. I'll put him in B tier. Niccolo is in A tier for me. I think that his character is honestly fantastic, and the brief connection with Sasha that he shares, and the way that Sasha's death affects his character and his like loyalty to Marley is just excellently done. Um, I'm pretty sure this is Petra. As we previously discussed, all Squad Levi members are in A tier. Um, Niles Doc, I think I want to put him in A tier as well because he's sort of like the only um military police character that ends up having any fundamental change, at least among like the major top officers. And I really like the way that his character changes for the better. Um, same thing with like random representative. That's that husband and wife right there. Okay, Onion Capon. I'm gonna put Onion Capon in A tier. Actually, my opinion on him went up a little bit. I think because I just believe that he is a um. Oh man, I'm sleepy. I think that he is a cool guy who really puts in the proper work for me to consider him a cool dude. Um and yeah, I like the direction that his character goes in like finally trusting in the main group. Oluo, for the same reasons, goes in A tier. Uh, this news guy can go in C. Uh, hold up, I think this is Petra. I have absolutely no idea who this is. Then wait, yeah, that's gotta be Petra. It looks way more like the hair. I don't remember who either of them are. I'm gonna actually also put an A here because she has so many clutch moments, and I really like how similar to Magath, um, she's another character who is able to realize the error of her ways, and it's very satisfying to see her character change into accepting help and being allies with the Eldians. I don't remember who that is. Galliard, can go and be here beside his brother. I think that both are good characters. Obviously, Galliard is alive for much longer. Um, and he manages to do some badass stuff with the Jaw Titan. Um, this little kid, I mean, I don't know, C tier, I guess. Reiner is obviously an S, my second favorite character behind Aaron. Um, I love that these two's dynamic is my favorite in the entire show. Um, it's such a rich dynamic because both of them are such similar characters in so many ways that they would never want to admit, and it's just great stuff. I don't remember who that is. Also, this might be the person I'm thinking of here. I don't remember who this is then. Rod Rice, I believe, is a decent antagonist. Um, his whole thing about desperately wanting to keep himself alive, even if it's pathetically, um, he makes a good character that is a good level of hateable to me. I don't remember who any of these three are. I believe this is Samuel. I already ranked down somewhere in B tier. Yes, right here. I will put the two of them next to each other. Again, assuming I've got that right. Sasha is S tier. My opinion has gone up a little bit just because she is the warm light of our main cast of characters, and to see her get shot is a other major sort of turning point in the plot and the rest of the season 4 and the series as a whole in terms of showing how it affects everything. Um, I'm not ranking that thing. I don't remember who that is. This guy is a random cadet, pretty forgettable. Cam McGoth, he's a guy who realizes the levels of his mistakes and tries to do everything he can to fix it. Similar to Keith Shadis, why I love their interaction so much. I don't remember who that is. Dr. Salver, for his influence on Zeke, can go in A tier. I don't know who that is. I believe this is Udo. I think that's how you say his name. I'll put him in C tier. Uh, Rod Rice's older brother. I would say B tier next to each other because he has quite a bit of plot relevance before he ends up dying. Um, hmm. Oh boy, I'm really tired. I spaced out for a second there. It's okay. We are almost done with the tier list. Is this? I think this guy's another piece of shit noble. Willie Tiber, same ranking as before. I think that he is a very cool character for the quite limited amount of screen time that he ends up having. Um, Now, Yelena, in my opinion, is the worst character in the entire show because at least Flock, despite his constant yapping, accomplishes some shit. It feels like Yelena is just that one secondary character to everyone else's plans that never ends up accomplishing literally anything in the plot. And in fact, he only ends up making everything worse, and I absolutely despise her as a character, so therefore, complete piece of shit tier. Ymir Fritz herself, I'm going to put in S tier because of the powerful story about her loving King Fritz and how that literally kept her chained to his will for 2,000 fucking years. Um, so yeah, I love her character. I'll get this out of the way. She was quite forgettable. Ymir herself, once again, going in A tier for me. Her relationship with Historia is absolutely fantastic, and the way that shapes Historia's character for the rest of the show is also great. Um, and then Zeke, like, Zeke is obviously S tier in my opinion. Uh, just one of the most brilliantly explored characters in the entire show. But yeah, that is going to do it for this tier list video. Thank you very much for watching a pretty long video. And yeah, I'll see you later. Bye bye.